Oh, nice. Let me select a superstar. Uh, alright. Let's go.
God damn it. Wait, hold on. If we're gonna pick him,
Oh, there it is. Oh, versus Oreo. Okay. I just saw like a blank thing and it just said Dax is on fire. Like, oh shit, I'm wrestling Tez. We should make our own characters.
yeah, this is gonna be terrible. You see me, a fat guy in 20s.
I don't know how I'll make my character, but I'll definitely make it. Alright, man. Let's just get to it. Welcome everybody to another edition of Undercard Underdogs. I literally had to read it because I keep forgetting our
Well,
name.
we're gonna have to fix that in fucking post.
No, it's fine. It's fine because we're real, Tez. We keep it real, so real.
Nah.
I'm Andy, and once again I'm joined by Cortez, and we are here to talk about the wacky world of professional wrestling. In today's episode, we're gonna discuss a little bit of Summerslam, a little bit of urban legends, and but before we get to that, how are you, man? What you been up to?
Been pretty good. Same old, same old. Working, watching wrestling, playing video games.
I know. Did you say you were like watching something interesting the other day?
Yes, for the first time ever, I caught Impact Wrestling. Which I have a question: is Impact TNA? I mean, it's gonna sound a little retarded, but I don't know.
Yes.
Or
Yes, it is.
okay, so
And
it's TNA Impact, or
it's actually just called Impact. And that's not a stupid question. That's actually a very good question because it started off as TNA Total Nonstop Action, and then Jeff Jarrett actually created it, believe it or not. And then
that's why I hated it.
okay. Don't piss him
I
off.
hated Jeff Jarrett.
Okay.
I hated Jeff Jarrett.
But anyway, but yeah, he created it, and then they went, surprise, surprise, they went to like financial woes and everything. Um, it then turned out to, it then became Global Force Wrestling for a while, like GFW, and then it became Impact. I don't know. It's had several names, but it is TNA. It's TNA.
So when did Smashing Pumpkins get involved with it?
I think Billy Corgan actually like bought it or like did something with it. I know he was a character for a while, like on screen, but yeah, I think that was like 2 years ago. But then again, again, like really bad management is just kind of like made Billy Corgan's like, fuck this, and he just left.
So as in him being a character, was your David Arquette character or just?
No, he was actually pretty good. Like legit, he was pretty good, and like I'm sorry, I'm just laughing at Donald Trump. I don't know what I'm thinking, but anyway,
Way to go! We're gonna get banned.
no,
For
it's fine, it's
This
fine.
is a fake stream.
Oh, it's a fake scream.
Anyways, back to what I was talking about. Yeah, I caught a little bit of Impact on Thursday, and I've never watched Impact, and I think this was a terrible time for me to just change the channel and find it. I was channel surfing and I clicked on it and I was like, oh cool, I've never seen Impact. I'll check it out. And I don't know what was going on. There was some sort of tag team match going on, and I just caught the ending of it. And it went to a segment, a filmed segment. I don't know who the guys are, but there was two Hispanic-looking gentlemen with tag team belts on their shoulders,
Okay. I know who you're talking about.
being led by Conan.
Yeah, I know what
You
you're
know,
talking
the
about. Yeah.
WCW, WWF guy.
Uh-huh.
What the?
Well, he's not gonna wrestle in a suit.
So yeah, they went into a neighborhood. There was a bunch of guys hanging out on the curb. They sat down, and when they were sitting down, they put their tag team belts on this little kid that was just hanging out there with a bunch of adults late at night. And they're talking about like, yeah, man, we did it. We brought the championship back to the neighborhood, and we brought the honor back to to El Barrio and this and that, and I don't know where Conan's like, hey, I got a gift for you guys, and then he pulls three random guys from the crew and he's like, got a gift for y'all too, and they start walking and he's like, I didn't forget about you, little Chuito, come on too. I think that's what the kid's name was. Either way, they go walking across the street. They go walking across the street to the car to get, Conan's. All right, we suck. We do this every time.
I know.
They go to the car to get the gift that Conan has for them, and the whole time this is going on, it shows three other dudes sitting in a vehicle, all pissed off, like, which I'm guessing, from context clues, they're the guys that lost the championship. So as they're crossing the road, you see some headlights turn on in vehicles down the street, and they haul ass in the direction of Conan and them. Now, the two championship tag team guys push Conan out of the way. They jump out of the way, and I'm like, holy crap, these guys are going to kill their homies, But then I notice in the last frame, the homies get out of the way, and I hear a thud screaming, and the camera cuts to Chuito laying on the floor. And I mean, out of all the episodes enjoyed, I catch an episode of Law and Order SVU where they just run over this little kid and they're like, Chuito, and for some reason it goes to the point of view of the little kid and all these
no, it doesn't.
Tag team wrestlers
really?
and Conan are looking down at him, and everybody's looking at the camera because that's Chuito's eyes, right? This kid's dying. They're like, we're gonna avenge you. Meanwhile, Conan's looking at his ear on the other side of his head, he's not even looking in the camera. And sufficient to say that I probably won't be watching that again anytime soon. I just changed the channel over because in the description it said that Penta and why can't I remember his name right now? Oh, Sammy Callahan were gonna fight in some Mexico street fight, and I was like, but they're in Canada. How's that work? Whatever.
I'm sorry you had to see that. It's okay.
Look, what happened to Chuito? Is he alright?
Look, man. Impact is trying, man, and I mean, that's pretty intense, but no, it's not bad. It's not terrible, but I'm glad you did bring something up. They tend to do little stupid things, because I remember the last time, I actually stopped watching Impact, because I'll catch it here and there, but for a while I was actually getting into it. But one thing, this was years ago, the thing that made me stop watching it was that Mick Foley and Scott Steiner had a hardcore match, and it was fucking awful. I think if I remember correctly, Mike Tenay, the announcer, the commentator, he said something about at one point Scott Steiner got a pogo stick, and Mick Foley was laying on the floor, and then they're all like, Scott Steiner, he has a pogo stick. He's actually doing a pogo stick, and and basically he's gonna run over Mick with a pogo stick. And ever since then, I'll be that happened. I was just I can't. I just stopped watching after that for a longest time. And then, like I said, TNA's had some highs and lows, but I think now they're getting a little bit better. But I don't know. After what you told me,
the whole broken Matt Hardy.
Yeah, that's where they did. Matt Hardy did his broken character. So good on him.
So it shouldn't be that surprising. Wait, does Alberto jump out? No, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
Also, just so you know, this match has a stipulation on it.
What's the stipulation?
Trump wins, that wall gets built. If I win, hell nah.
Oh, okay. That's messed up. But no, I was gonna say, actually, I'm glad about Matt Hardy, because I realized after I was watching last week's episode, and I realized I brought up oh my god, I didn't know how I did that. But anyway, I was gonna mention something about Matt Hardy, in the rumors that I heard, and I never did bring it back up, but I'll bring it back up right now. Apparently, his career is almost over, because
yeah, I read about that there's hints of him retiring.
Yeah, apparently his lower back and his pelvic are fusing together or something like that, something crazy like that. I mean, he always does those leg drops, so
yeah.
it kind of makes sense. But yeah, man, that sucks. But at the same time, I think he's accomplished a lot, and it wouldn't be a bad idea to just kind of hang it up.
Yeah, man. I mean, he's already a legend, guaranteed going to be Hall of Fame. He's done a lot for the business. He's made his mark. He's changed it. You know, so it's better to see him go out now than to hang around for too long and then become one of those like, ah, great, it's one of their matches again.
Yeah, we don't want that. That's just like
Which,
that's sad.
which, if you don't mind, I'll segue this into that's what I think about Undertaker versus Triple H.
Oh, just let Undertaker retire already.
Exactly. I mean,
I'm not excited for it.
no, that's my bathroom break match.
Oh wow.
That's my refill my drink, go get my second plate. Is I mean it's not gonna be good. I'm not looking forward to it.
That's awful, man. Well, yeah, no, you're right. You're so right because like
I mean nothing against the Undertaker, he's still a draw, but yeah, I mean the past couple of matches haven't, you can see the wear, the tear, the slowing down, the slowing of moves, and
yeah, that
the choke
that
slam isn't that great anymore.
I don't even know what the hell I did. Okay, there we go.
Quarter my special.
I don't even know what I'm doing. But yeah, no, like, I'm just gonna wait. They've already announced a few matches for that Super Show, didn't they? It's like Daniel Bryan and The Miz again. We're gonna get to that SummerSlam, like I said, and then Kevin Owens and Elias teaming up against John Cena and Bobby Lashley. I think that match could be good. Honestly,
I didn't know about that.
yeah, no, I'm glad they're not giving up on Kevin Owens. Let me just say that because that's actually a pretty good profile match for him to be in, and yeah, like we'll just wait and see. But I really don't care. I know Triple H came out on Monday Night Raw this past week, and he's just like, oh yeah, I want to be the game again. I was just like, yeah, all right. Yeah, like I had no.
Yeah, for me, that promo went on way too long at the beginning. I was with it. I was like, right on. And then towards the end, I was like, hey, shut up. Just say you're going to fight and get out.
I know. But yeah. Other than that, let's get into it, man. So, before we get into SummerSlam, we gotta address the elephant in the room. And what I mean by that, I mean, fucking NXT TakeOver. They did it again! They always do it.
They always outshine the main pay-per-view.
Yep, hell yeah they did. And nothing really groundbreaking happened, really. Not really per se, but that Adam Cole Ricochet match, we said last week it was gonna steal the show, and it ended up stealing the whole weekend because nothing could top that. That was fucking phenomenal.
Like I said, one of the greatest spots of the year already, right there.
I know, like that probably is like the best spot of the year, like guaranteed, easily. Here it comes. I'm about to finish it up. Is that alright?
You better not. You better not. Mexico! Ah, did I hit it on time? No, I didn't.
I didn't.
What? I hit it that second time. I hit it that second time. You know what? See, this game's racist already. Didn't even count my move. For Paige. Ah, no.
For Paige. But yeah, no. Yeah, dude, that was such a fun show. I actually liked the tag team match. They went fucking balls to the wall. The only dud was EC3 versus Velveteen Dream. That was like the only dud for me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it was, a dud. I just expected so much more. It was a standard match. It wasn't what I would expect, at a takeover, especially from those two.
Yeah, I know. I mean, like the fucking DDT on the walkway was pretty badass, but other than that, you were like, yeah, the Tommaso Ciampa and like Johnny Gargano, that match wasn't bad per se. It's just that their other matches were better, so I really don't have anything else to add to that, really. And Shayna Baszler, Kairi Sane, like I'm just saying, like they're all great matches, but fucking Adam Cole versus Ricochet just fucking blew it out of the water. Like there's no way no one can compete with that.
That felt like a takeover match. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that felt like something you would see at a takeover.
Yeah, no, it did. I mean, that's not to say that all the other ones weren't that great, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, that one was a clear winner.
Yeah, exactly. And let's see. I'm gonna switch to matchup types, but yeah, I really don't have anything other to say about TakeOver. You want to get into SummerSlam?
Let's do it.
All right, man. I'm not gonna go through the whole card. I'm not gonna get through the whole card, but I will say we'll just like talk about highlights basically. Nothing really eventful happened in the pre-show. B team won. Cedric won. Andre Cien and what's her face? I keep forgetting her name.
Selena Vega.
Yeah, they won. So it was just like we kind of predicted all that more or less. We did want Drew Gulak to win. I remember we wanted Rivaldo to win, but you know, it is what it is. So hopefully their time will come.
I mean, honestly, I'm not upset with the B team winning. I thought that was a hilarious ending.
Yeah, no,
the
that
match was again.
that ending was hilarious. Like I think I remember like fucking what is it who said it? Yeah, I think it was like David Otungo. It was just like, how lucky can you be, man? Like it was just like
Yeah.
like straight up hood, like no chill, but he's right. I
No,
can't.
well, I mean, it was a good match, especially like I said. I mean, we've watched the revival and they've been great, you know, live, and they did what they could with the B team. Not saying the B team's bad. I mean, both those guys are really great wrestlers. It's just for me, what took that match from being, you know, just a standard match to being pretty great was that ending. It was pretty hilarious, and honestly, compared to the other endings that we saw that night from some of the matches, I mean, was a good ending.
Oh man, I'm so sorry. It was a great lineup until we got Lucio. What man? I like Overwatch. I don't know what to tell you, but yeah, I know you're right. But that ending was pretty funny. I mean, it was just stupid luck, stupid booking. I mean, but it's to entertain, so whatever. But when it gets to the main card, again, like I don't know what WWE's thinking. Like it's Vince. Well, I don't know what Vince is smoking, but to book the Intercontinental Championship as a first match, again, I think that was the best match of the card.
Well,
And
I think what
it's
they
like how
wanted
you
to do
follow
was hit
that.
the ground running. Yeah,
Oh,
I
hit the ground
think what they
running.
wanted to do is exactly like NXT. If you noticed, NXT tends to put their match that everyone knows are the fast guys that have a quickened pace that they're gonna try to go all out. They set that as the first match to hit the ground running and go, you know, and get that momentum. And I think that's what they wanted to do with SummerSlam. But what they didn't expect was just, I mean, they didn't plan out every other match. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was kind of dipping. It went from being really great down to like, you know,
All right.
eh. Yeah.
Like,
And I mean, the Ziggler versus Rollins was good. I just expected a bit more from them. I don't know if I'm expecting too much, but that's just what I was hoping for, was a bit more out of it.
I don't know, man. Like I thought that spot when they fucking did that, like what would you even call it? It was nuts. It was like an inverted suplex, like from the top rope. I have never
Oh
seen that
yeah, yeah.
before. Like that was fucking nuts. I was like, That's gotta be a strain on the neck for Dolph, and like I've never seen that before because they did the whole fucking from the top rope, and then Rollins rolled over again, and he did another one, and like I've seen that with
Yeah.
suplexes, but not with an inverted suplex. So that just fucking, man, that blew my mind. I was just like, holy shit, man, these guys are giving it all. That's why I think they actually delivered.
Yeah, no, yeah, that was one of the best matches of the night. Like I said, it's just, I mean, both of those guys tend to like really give it their all. So I'm not saying I'm disappointed in the match. I'm just saying I expected it to be a bit more. I thought these guys are gonna like go to the point where they're not gonna be able to walk right for like a week. But still, like I said, I mean, a great match.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm not gonna really get into all of them. Just kind of point out a few things. Again,
Well, I mean,
I mentioned Kevin Owens earlier about how I'm glad they're not giving up on him because man, he fucking got squashed, and
that match,
that was
that match
heartbreaking.
was terrible. That match was like a two for me,
Dude, that was
just
like a,
because how quick it was. I mean, Kevin Owens was Universal Champ, even though he didn't, you know, win it himself per se. I mean, it's Kevin Owens. He had a great run in NXT. He was an indie darling. He can do anything and everything. He's kind of my, if anyone's gonna take Chris Jericho's place, I would say it'd be Kevin Owens. So for him to go in there to Braun Strowman, and especially Braun Strowman, like, okay, let's see what he does, and then it was like, oh, okay, it's over in a minute. What did this establish? What did this do? You couldn't have him beat up on Strowman for a bit. What did he get, like 2 hits in, and that was it?
yeah, something like that. I don't know, but like well, let's just get the bad out of the way. Let's just do that. Um, like I think like there was a DQ finish for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship also, which was awful. I mean, like
Mm.
it should have ended in a clean match, which props to New Day. They finally won the title back and no DQ this past Tuesday. But yeah, like but that man, it just would have been better if it was at SummerSlam. Honestly,
Well,
if they got
yeah,
that
I
win.
was gonna say. I mean, that match on SmackDown was what should have been on something like SummerSlam, and what was on SummerSlam should have been on like a regular SmackDown. I mean, they got it totally reversed on that.
Yeah, someone fucked up. Maybe they got the scripts reversed or something like that, or some bullshit. But then what else happened? Yeah, Joe didn't deserve that beatdown. I mean, obviously he's just he's just playing mind games. It's all good, but
I
that
thought it
was
was
all.
pretty great. It pushed. It pushed. Is this wrestler gonna come out or not? Where is he at?
It's
Is it
fucking bro.
Goldberg? Is he walking in from the back? Come on, Pete, get out here.
Oh, but yeah, no, that was a good ending. But I was just like, man, another DQ finish. But no, that was a great ending. It's gonna extend the
Well,
feud.
yeah, I was gonna say the only reason I allowed that one to get away with the DQ ending is because just because it's gonna extend it, it's gonna go longer, it's gonna go further. And I mean, if you watched what was it, SmackDown when they were on, I
Yeah,
mean, you saw it's still going, it's not dead. And I was a little pissed when it did happen because I was like, really, we could have gotten so much out of these guys. But then when I realized, oh wait, there's more room for more stuff, I was like, all right, let's let it go on. Plus, I think what they were announced for Hell in a Cell already.
yeah, no, it's definitely gonna happen at Hell in the Cell, which will be there
Yeah,
by the
so I was
way.
like, exactly. Once I saw I was at Hell in a Cell, I'm like, hell yeah, I'm gonna be there. Let's do it.
Yeah, I know, but yeah, like fucking that was so savage. Like I'll be your daddy, and props to Wendy Styles for just like being a part
You
of
know
it,
who
being a best
doesn't
part
get
about it.
props for me though?
The little girl.
Is his daughter.
Oh,
Yeah, they were
really? I
trying
was
to get
just
that
joking.
moment of no, they were trying to get that sweet, father-daughter moment of him holding her arms, and she was grossed out. She wanted to go back with the mom. I was like, this is why Samoa Joe is doing this.
I was just joking, but damn, you
Nah,
went savage
never
on that.
forget.
Look, man, she's like what 5, and you're just like talking shit about her acting.
Well, she kind of had it coming.
Okay, actually, I did mention to Amanda, like I think at one point she was just like, "Daddy, you're bleeding," and I was just like, like, come on, I guess you're right. I am gonna shit on this little girl. If my parent was like fucking busted open, I would be a little bit more concerned, not just like,
Well, I'm
"Daddy, you're
saying, though, it's
bleeding."
like, well, AJ Styles has like how many kids? You couldn't bring one of the other ones. One of the kids doesn't have acting chops. You got to bring that one. I'm just saying. I mean,
Yeah, I think he has like 3 other kids, man. But like, no,
yeah,
you're right.
I mean, not to be an asshole, even though I kind of am. Is just bring one of the kids with acting chops. One of the
Uh,
ones that knows what's going on.
no, man, you're right. The other thing that's kind of disappointing, Charlotte won the title again. She's now tied with Trish Stratus as the most women's championship title reigns in history. And man, I don't know. I mean, she's only been wrestling not that long, so. Oh no, don't get me wrong. Charlotte is a great wrestler, but
Charlotte
she,
to me is the best in the WWE women's division.
yeah, she is. But like, damn, like, she's pulling John Cena, is what I'm saying. Just kind of like, I'm the best.
Well, I mean, who can hold a candle to her in the women's division? I mean, well, now they have Asuka in there, you know, but for a while it was just her and Sasha, and they kind of rode that all the way into the ground.
Yeah, they did roll that all the way into the ground, but like, no, but
And
they got
Becky's a
Becky.
great wrestler, but yeah, I mean, but Becky's a great wrestler. It's just they hadn't done anything with her. So I realized that the other day when they were in the match that wait a minute, Becky's great. I just don't see her wrestling, so I tend to forget that. Now, in my chart of ratings, that was up there with some of the other matches that night. That one got one of the highest scores for me. I mean, it was a great match. Just that ending could have been better. But then when I saw, oh man, what they're doing with Becky, I allowed that ending to go through. Where I was like, okay, I'll allow the ending if that's what it's building up to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that actually match was good, and you know what? Why it was good? Like I shit you not, I thought Carmella delivered for the first time in like months. I thought
True. Yeah,
she
Carmella did a great job.
like she did a great job in offense, defense, telling the story. She took the brunt of that moonsault from Charlotte, which was fucking awesome. So like, no man, props to Carmella. I mean,
You
you
know who
did it.
doesn't get props?
Who doesn't get
And
props, man?
this is jumping back in the pay per view. Is Lana. Lana is horrendous. I'm
I didn't see
sorry.
that match, man. So I really have no words for it, other than like,
Good.
oh, like Selena Vega and Andre Cien almost won. Okay, but like, what did she make a botch or what?
It. I don't know. I mean, have you watched Lana wrestle? She's not ready.
I know she's not ready.
She's not good. I mean, and that's what I give Carmella crap for not being up there with. I don't know. For me, the reason I didn't care too much for Carmella was because she had the championship, and I didn't feel she was up there yet as some of the other girls were. And Lana to me is kind of. Do you remember? I can't remember her name, but the Funkadactyls.
Oh, Naomi and Cameron, right?
Yeah, Lana is Cameron.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. And Naomi's obviously Naomi.
Lana, yeah, Lana needs to do like a whole lot of house shows, maybe even go back to NXT and do some matches there. But just, I mean, and the thing was, I wanted to watch the match and see where Selena Vega was because we've only seen her wrestle maybe once. I think this was her second match. And Rusev, Andrade, they're both great wrestlers, and I wanted to see where Selena was. But I feel like I can't judge this match because Lana wasn't good.
So basically, you need to have like Selena Vega. Actually, that'd be a good match. Have Selena Vega wrestle Naomi, and then you can kind of gauge like where she's at.
Yeah, because just, I mean, Lana's moveset isn't there yet. She's very sloppy with her moves. She doesn't sell great. She doesn't take bumps great, you know. And then plus she tends to go back and forth from the Bulgarian accentness to her little hip hop danceness. So where she's this like stone cold face, angry of like just scowl to like all of a sudden hip hop dance moves and facial expressions. It's like, what are you doing? Get your character down.
I bet hopefully she'll get it done because like I noticed that too. I remember like a few weeks ago they did a backstage segment that was like online only, and like she had like an American accent. I was like, "Where's her accent?" Like, you know.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
but
see, I'm glad they're going away with
the accent.
her Russian accent because it was terrible.
Yeah, it was
But
totally
at
fake.
the same time, it's like, all right, get it down. What are we doing? Stick with that. And I mean, I just want to see her get up there. I'm a lot harder on the women than I am the men, just because I feel like for the women they have to now that the women's division is gaining traction. They're getting their own pay-per-view. Things are going great for them. Is I feel like the eye of the universe is going to be on them, and I mean, they got to deliver on being up there, on getting up there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, you're right. You're absolutely right. I agree because like yeah, I mean like it's a new era, so like you're just being a little hard on them because you just want them to succeed, right? Something like that.
Yeah, and it's the same thing. Yeah, it's the same thing with the 205 division. I mean, my favorite thing, the reason that I would watch WCW was the cruiserweights. The cruiserweights were like the greatest thing ever to me. So when I watch 205 Live, I get mad if they mess up because it's like, come on, guys, you really need to build that traction. You really need to get up there. You need to get a good. I know mistakes happen, but limit it. Limit them.
Exactly. But yeah, let's move on to other bad stuff. What the fuck was the point of Elias coming out there just to have his guitar broken? Like, did you?
Exactly. That was one of the notes I had. It's like, what? Why was this? What was this?
Yeah, like I was perplexed. I thought like, okay, like Lash is gonna come out or something like that, But what
Yep.
the fuck was that? That was like a literal
was like-
bathroom break.
It was just blue balling us. Like when he was out there, it's like, all right, classic, Elias and talk crap to the crowd, try to play a song, someone's gonna come out, interfere. And even when the guitar broke, I was like, all right, where's this going? Who broke it?
I wonder if that
What
was supposed to
happened?
happen. Like, do you think that was supposed to happen?
Yeah.
It was like,
I have no. I mean, if it was, that was terrible. How did no one stop that? Because I thought the reason it happened is because somebody did it. So they were going to come out, they're going to fight or something, and it led nowhere. Nothing happened. He just walked backstage. I was like, all right, well, I guess I'm not doing this.
I know.
Stupid.
Yeah, it was really bad. Anything else you want to add that was like bad before we get to the good from SummerSlam? Anything comes to mind?
Mm, Hold on, let me see. No, I mean, I just wanted to go back to address that whole Strowman Owens. What was the point?
I don't know,
What
man.
was the point? Like, I thought, okay, the reason Strowman like buried the hell out of Owens and pretty much squashed him was they're gonna keep him rested for the end.
And
And
then
as
at
we'll
the
talk about in a little bit, they didn't. So it was like, okay, so there's no point in this. So why didn't we see more? I mean, Kevin can deliver. I think Kevin is one of those wrestlers that can face anybody and make it believable that he has a fighting chance. Kind of like AJ.
yeah.
When AJ fought Brock Lesnar, I was like, if he beats him, I can believe it. And it's the same thing with Kevin Owens. You put Kevin Owens against anyone, and I'm like, I believe it. But
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
they just
Yeah,
like,
no.
hey, just beat him up and then let's just move on.
Exactly. One last thing I
What does
like
this
to
do for his character?
uh I don't know, man. Well, the last thing I like to mention though, I've made it no secret. I am a fan of Alexa Bliss, and that was a squash match. Ronda Rousey just fucking totaled her. I'm just like,
Yep.
why? Like, why? I
Yeah.
like give her some offense because like these past few matches, even against Alicia Fox, like they've gone offense on Ronda Rousey, but not why not the women's champion? I mean, like
Eh,
she should have got
Yeah, you
something.
think, I mean, you think, okay, Alexa's playing with the character of like the sniveling little champion that like only wins when she gets help or something, a distraction or something. But you think over time with her having the championship, building up this fake confidence, she might actually learn a move or two or be able to do something or get ready for that. And like I said, they just buried her. I mean, we all knew that Ronda was going to win it. We
Yeah,
knew that
I mean, we all
WWE
knew.
wanted it.
Yeah,
Yeah, WWE wanted to get that championship on her and in a hurry and
get the
start building up
publicity.
everything.
Yeah,
Yep, yep.
I,
But you
but
think again, like the Kevin Owens thing, she would mount some offense. Nope.
nothing. How you pick up weapons again? It's L1, right?
I believe so. L1 or R1.
Oh, okay.
Here, let me go find
But
out.
yeah, I'm trying to. It's not letting me pick it up. Maybe the game's broken. I mean, this game is a laggy game. But anyway, but yeah, like, I was just a little disappointed on that, really. Just total, and especially because like Alexa Bliss that day, it got unveiled that she's gonna wrestle Trish Stratus at Evolution. So I was
Yep.
just like, oh, okay, well maybe she'll win. I mean, like like they're obviously pretty high on her to make her wrestle one of the greatest women's champions of all time, and then nope.
Especially with Charlotte winning 7 championships to tie Trish, you would have thought, okay, they're gonna make them face each other. But they gave it to Alexa and then showed off nothing.
Yeah,
And both of them are very capable wrestlers, especially with the title on the line, with it being Ronda's first title win. You thought they would have showed something and nothing. They just fed her to Ronda.
exactly.
And where they're gonna go with Alexa's character?
Yeah, I don't know. Like her arms messed up and everything, and I don't know. I don't know. I just don't want Ronda to pull a
Which,
Brock.
side note, that pisses me off. They keep going with the whole her arm. Look how it bends. Like we've seen it like 3 times now that she's double jointed.
Yeah, like I actually like when I was watching it and then like her arm like bent that way, I was just like, she's double jointed, you fool! Like like
Like,
like don't you
It
remember?
pisses me off because I have the worst memory. Like literally, I have notes next to Raw, SmackDown, and the pay-per-view because I remember nothing. Yet I remember that Alexa's double jointed because they did an NXT where I don't even remember who it was anymore, but somebody had her in some sort of hold and they did her arm back, and I was like, oh holy crap, they broke her arm. And then you find out that, oh no, she did that so that she could get the ref in the way, cheat, and win. And I was like, lol, that's pretty awesome. Then she makes it to the main roster, does the same thing, and they're like, oh my god, her arm's broken. I was like, I kind of get it. People may not watch NXT, get it. But then they did it this time, and I was like, everybody knows. Y'all showed clips from the last time on NXT when she did that. Y'all showed clips from when she did it on the main roster. Like, Jesus. There's no
Exactly.
continuity. They need to hire someone at
There's no
WWE just to be like,
continuity.
nah, we did that. Everybody knows about that. Like they don't pay attention.
I gotta get up. I gotta not make Castizono win. Like no one's doing anything. Okay, there we go. No, but how's it say? funny you should bring up that no continuity. Just on a side note, I was listening to another podcast, like a movie and TV podcast, and they were saying something about Dave Bautista being a great actor. And he's just like, I've never seen him wrestle though. I want to pick up wrestling, but I don't want to go back 20 years and catch up on storylines. I'm just like, you don't have to do that. You really don't. You could just like, wrestling is
it's
like
not like comic books where you need to know it.
Well, not even that, because comic books constantly reboot, you know, like every year. So it's like after WrestleMania, just start watching it, then you're good to go.
Yeah.
Like literally after WrestleMania, that's when it resets. So it's just like, just do that. But I just thought that was funny. But
besides, if there is history, they'll tell you about it.
Exactly. I mean, they fucking plug the WWE network every fucking 10 minutes, you know. So there you go. But yeah, let's move on. Let's move on to the good. Well, anything that you liked from that pay-per-view in particular besides Roman winning?
Nobody likes Roman winning.
Yeah, I was testing you, and you pass. I mean, look, let's just get into that right now. I'm fine with Roman winning if that means the title's gonna be defended, you know, like on a weekly basis now. I'm so happy that it happened. But
well, it's funny that I talk crap about, you know, Roman winning, yet again that's one of my high scoring matches of the night, and it's because again Roman's not a bad wrestler. I like Roman as a wrestler. You know, he's good. I just don't think he's like Vince is good, where we need to see him in everything and everything. Really, Cassius, do you want him to win? Do you want him to win? Anyways, yeah, I just hate how they put him in everything and think he's the end all be all. It's like, hey, switch it up a bit, you assholes. Like come on. I liked Roman before they kept pushing on him so much. He became the cyborg of the WWE, where, you know, DC was like, hey, check it out, Cyborg, and we're like, right, that's cool, you know, and hey, look, Cyborg, okay, you know, hey, Cyborg's in Justice League, we get it. Cyborg's in this, like, oh my god, fuck off. Like, Roman's a good wrestler, he's entertaining, he's a draw, he's powerful, but the fact that, like, you put him in literally everything, and then you wonder why people don't want him, it's like, because he's in everything. Gets every chance, gets every opportunity. The one that pissed me off the most was Royal Rumble. You know, everyone that's in the Rumble doesn't have a match that night. This Puto had a match and came out in like 30th spot. It was like, what are you kidding me? Also, that was the night that I was like, oh, Finn's coming back this night.
You're talking about the Royal Rumble Randy Orton one in San Antonio. I remember that.
Yeah.
Because I thought Samoa Joe was gonna come out in number 30, and you want Finn to come out, so it's just like, it doesn't matter. Like,
yeah,
whoever comes out, we fucking win because it's gonna be awesome. And then Roman comes out and he got fucking booed out of the building. I remember that.
Yeah, and I mean, again, it's not his fault. I feel bad half the time when people boo him, but it's like, grab the fucking ladder. You know, it's like they keep pushing on us, and then when we don't want it, it's like, oh, well, why don't they? Well, how about you let us just give us something different, give us something we want? Like, God, it's so angry. And like I said, I mean, it was a good match. It was great. You know, they did all the right things. They had everybody looking pretty good. They did stuff that I didn't expect, and with them taking out Braun. With,
yeah, no, that's what I was like. That's what I expect. Like, I fucking marked out when Braun Strowman came out. I was like, oh shit, triple threat match now. Like, here we go.
Same.
And then Braun's all like, I'm just gonna wait till after the match ends. And I'm just like, really, Braun? Fucking really?
Yeah.
You piece of shit.
I marked out for a minute. Yeah, I marked out for a minute. When he came out, I was like, oh, it's a triple threat. There's a chance. There's a chance, because WWE loves Braun as much as they love Roman. And then I was like, oh, no, wait. No, forgot.
Like, that pissed me off so bad. I was just like, he's just fucking chilling at ringside, not doing shit. And then, like, surprisingly, somehow Braun gets taken out by Roman, and then Brock. I'm not gonna lie though, that fucking when Brock threw the briefcase like across the fucking arena, that made me laugh because I was just like, that's the smartest fucking shit I've ever seen. And
yeah, that was pretty hilarious, especially the throw, like, get the shit out of here.
Look, what's going on? Cassius Ohno was like fucking like glitchy, just walking in place. Oh, but yeah, no, like, it is what it is. Brock's not champion no more. Braun couldn't cash in, and Roman's once again the guy. Whatever. I mean, like, we got a Shield reunion the next night out of it. Surprisingly, that surprised the shit out of me.
I'm getting fucked.
You don't give a
Pissed
fuck,
me
huh?
off too, because I knew the reason they did it is they're like, oh, maybe this will make them like Roman. Anybody want to stop the guy that's not a wrestler from getting
I'm
the wrestling
trying
contract?
to, but Rich Swan ain't letting me.
God damn it! Then he's going like at a snail's pace.
Okay, no, it's fine, it's fine. But yeah,
You
like,
know, actually,
no, go
oh,
ahead.
go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, because I'm gonna change subjects. That's why.
Okay, well, no, like, I like the Shield coming back. I couldn't tell if they were heel or face, though. I mean, but other than that, like, I liked it.
Well, see, I wasn't watching when the Shield like came out and was there and everything, so I missed the whole Shieldness. So I didn't mark out as much as other people, but still, it was pretty cool. It's just I didn't want to accept it because I was like, no, you're just trying to buy our fucking love for Roman by bringing the Shield back together. And that just means we're gonna see more Roman.
Oh, I'm sorry, but it fucking worked. I mean, you got Shield now with like the Intercontinental
Because you're a
Champion.
Mark-ass trick, or
Oh, I'm a Marquez trick. Okay, it's fine. But yeah, like I didn't care
quit
for
running
it.
into me.
I don't know, man. That's an accident. I'm trying to climb the ladder. You want to have a race? We'll have a race right now.
I'm trying to climb it, but Pete Dunne's retarded over here.
No, it's fine.
Ladder, you idiot.
No, just let me win,
no,
man.
I have to say a match that was good on the pay-per-view that I didn't see coming and being good was Shinsuke versus Jeff Hardy.
Oh yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. That for me was the most surprising match of the card because it delivered. The whole back and forth at the beginning when they're mocking each other was hilarious. What do you mean, fuck me? No, Shinsuke. God damn it! I was just like, "What are you doing, Shinsuke?"
No, I mean, yeah, that Jeff Hardy and Shinsuke match was more than I expected out of them because of what we've seen recently with them. I was like, great, this is gonna suck, but it didn't. It was good.
Fuck no, it didn't. And like when fucking Jeff Hardy like had Shinsuke on the apron, and I was just like, don't fucking do it. Don't fucking do it. And then he fucking did it. He did a swanton onto the fucking apron, and of course he's a fucking miss. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? That was so ugly.
That's why when you find out that Matt Hardy is talking about retirement, it's like, how is Jeff not? Like,
I know, dude. What the fuck? He's so fucking crazy. And then he did it again on Thursday to Randy Orton. He fucking did a high spot. But I'm just like, what the fuck is wrong with him? Like, it was just nuts, man. But it was a very pleasant surprise that match was like as great as it was. Like, I was really happy with it.
I think they needed that because if not, I would have forgot about Shinsuke being a good wrestler. Shinsuke would have became the one where when I needed to go walk out of the room, that would be when he would come on. Just because they haven't been doing anything great with them.
No, they haven't. They really
haven't. Like, oh great, he has a match, he's just gonna punch someone in the wiener and walk out.
Exactly, and I'm so glad that they I'm so glad that they got Shinsuke. So it was great, man. I'm so happy. Let me see. I'm gonna change the match really quick. Anything else about SummerSlam that comes out to mind? Well, I
don't know how I felt about the Daniel Bryan Miz match.
You don't know how you felt about that.
I mean, I gave it like a 3 out of 5, but it felt like just a regular match for me. It was just like
It kind of was a regular match, but at the same time, this is the start of like a huge feud. So
I thought this was supposed to be the end.
Fuck no, man. We're just getting started. Cause like one thing like I like to point out, about that is like fucking man, why is it not working? I'm fucking this up. I'm sorry, but that match kind of showed that Miz can hang in a way. I don't know if that makes sense because it was actually hard hitting. It kind of felt like an indie match. Like they were fucking punching and kicking like all hard and everything. I was just like that. To me, that felt like hell yeah. Like that feels like a legit fucking match. And it just showed me that they really do have a lot of faith in the Miz to like go about that and everything. So I don't know. I thought it was interesting. I loved it. I loved the match.
Yeah, I mean it was good. I don't know. I felt like why didn't I remember that much about it? And like I said, it just felt like a regular what you would see on TV match.
Hey man, you want to see something really dank, really quick? Check it out, man. Got Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm sorry.
Oh my god, that's terrible.
No, it's not. It's not. It's fine. But yeah, I mean, the Miz and Daniel Bryan, I thought could have done a little bit better. But like you said, it's whew, we're just getting started, man. They were fighting at that Super Dome show in Australia, and then in Hell in a Cell, Brie Bella's back, teaming up with Daniel Bryan against Maurice. So I guess you could say Maurice is back also. Maurice and the Miz in a tag team match. You know, when they first announced it, they said like mixed tag team match at Hell in a Cell. I thought they said in Hell in a Cell. Like, how the fuck's that gonna work? I was like,
I I got a little disappointed because when the match went down at when it went down at Summerslam, and the cheating and the it's not resolved, I was a little pissed. But then I was like, okay, well maybe they're just gonna build it some more and it'll come out to something badass, especially at Hell in the Cell. Now how we got the tickets, we're going, we're gonna get to see them fight in a cell, maybe or a hardcore match, or just go all out. And then Brie came out and punched Miz, and I was like, God damn it, this better not set up some sort of mixed tag. And they're like, oh, mixed tag. And I was like, God damn it. It means we're gonna have to wait another goddamn pay-per-view.
oh yeah, we
go all
are.
out. I mean, nothing against the women. It's just they're only involved in this feud by second hand. They're not the main ones that hate each other. They're just married to the guys that hate each other. So it's like, it's cool if y'all want to throw hands at each other, but do that in a separate match. Let us get these guys just going at it uninterrupted.
Exactly. It's uninterrupted. And yes, I realize I fucked up and put a Hell in a Cell match at TLC, but that's okay. But other than that, I really have nothing else to say about SummerSlam. Overall, it was a good weekend.
This is gross.
Yeah, it is
This
gross.
is
I'm
gross.
sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. No, just let it play. It looks really creepy. But yeah, I have really nothing else to say about SummerSlam. I mean, it was good. It was good, man. It was a good show. Shit happened. We're gonna move on, with our lives, basically. It was decent.
It was a decent show.
NXT still better, right? We could agree on that at least, right?
Yeah, way better.
Excellent.
Yeah, way better.
All right, man. Well, we have time, so we're just gonna get to it, man. Urban Legends. You've heard any good?
Wait. Really quick before that, with Roman winning the championship, I don't know if you watched SmackDown.
I did it this past week.
Or not SmackDown. Sorry, Raw. I was like, you know what? I don't want to watch this because Roman's gonna come out and he's gonna talk and I'm gonna be pissed. And I remembered, wait, Strowman hasn't cashed in. Let me see, the beginning, because I know he's gonna open up the show. Let's see if he cashes in and beats him. I was like, even though he probably won't. And then Roman's talking, I wasn't really paying attention that much, and he's like, oh, I'm gonna give an opportunity to this guy that hasn't had an opportunity. It's like, I got hyped for like a second. I was like, Finn, and I was like, oh wait, it's Roman. Finn's not gonna win.
Yeah, I know.
I knew it, and I didn't watch Raw. I watched parts of it, and then I was like, you know what, fuck this. I'm not going to watch them do this again to Finn. And I gave up. But then when you were like, oh, we should record again this weekend, I was like, you know what, let me watch Raw. So if you ask any questions, I know what happened, what was going on, and it pissed me off.
Yeah, sorry about that. And that's one thing we forgot to. Oh, we could both agree before I move on to the main topic of the episode, besides the SummerSlam post thing. Yeah, the Demon came out of nowhere at SummerSlam. That was pretty cool, but it was also really quick. So that's why I'm just like, I kind of forgot about it because it was so quick.
I didn't mention just because I felt like it was pointless to give him the whole Demon thing on this one. Like, I don't remember what it was. I think it was just a segment from Stone Cold's podcast.
Okay.
I think it was that one, but they were saying pretty much that that Finn shouldn't let himself be defined by the Demon, Finn Balor. He shouldn't use it too much to where that becomes his gimmick. That's the only time people care for him. And I was like, true. Maybe bust it out only in certain feuds, or like if he's, let's say, my thinking was if Braun becomes champion and Finn gets another, shot at it, the only way he would be able to take on Braun and be believable is if he was Demon Finn Balor. So I was a little annoyed when it came to this pay-per-view. He's fighting Baron Corbin, like corporate Baron Corbin, where he's fighting in goddamn slacks and a button-up. And he comes out as Demon Finn, and it still took him a little bit longer than it took Braun to beat Kevin. And I was like, what? What? Like, I don't know, it just got me mad. But again, you have to take mine with a grain of salt because I'm a Finn fanboy, so.
Yeah, no, You're right, man. Like fucking but yeah, like it was just awful. Like I mean, like it's great, but why that match? Why? It should have been a big time. That wasn't a big time match. It wasn't.
Yep.
So I was just like, what the fuck are you doing?
Like I could even see it where Finn does it to take on Shinsuke or AJ Styles or something like that would be awesome, But against really slacks and button up Baron Corbin, you're gonna turn into the demon. Get out of here.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. But yeah, man. Demons, urban legends, they kind of go hand in hand. You know what I
A bit.
mean? A bit, yeah. So we're talking about some wrestling urban legends, man. Have you heard about anything? Like what got me inspired by this is like I was like just like online, and I follow this wrestling website like on Facebook. They posted something about like the true story of like the Macho Man um Stephanie McMahon affair. I'm just like, what the fuck are you
What?
talking about? Macho Man never had an affair with Stephanie McMahon, but apparently this is where it starts. It's like an urban legend. Back in the day, in the early '90s, before Macho Man left WWE because like Vince had him as a commentator, and Macho Man wanted to wrestle. Apparently, well, yeah, Macho Man wanted to wrestle. He wasn't done wrestling, but Vince wanted him as a commentator. That's why if you go back and watch the early like pay-per-views from the early '90s, like '93, '94, Macho Man is commentating. But apparently, around that time, Macho Man slept with Stephanie McMahon, and I'm like, what the fuck? And that's what got Vince like, hey, you're fired, basically. And not only that, but Stephanie McMahon was underage. But like, I was like, this did not fucking happen. The Macho Man did not do that. He just left because he wanted more money, and they're gonna let him wrestle. So like, I easily debunked it, but I was thinking to myself, like, man, whatever crazy shit is there like that people believe? Like, have you heard anything?
No, you stole my thunder with saying Matt Hardy was gonna retire. When he said that, I was like, well, there goes my only addition to our segment.
No, man, it's fine. I'm talking about like urban legends, man. Like, you haven't heard like any like weird stories of wrestling that you think are not true?
No.
No, not really. Okay, well,
No, I'm sorry. I don't know where to find these
weird ass
these
stories, man.
backroom
Yeah, cause like
talkings of yeah.
because like what another like inspired like thing that kind of like inspired me to like talk about this stuff is like you watch WWE Story Time, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, man, like those stories are like ridiculous, and you just can't believe that that's like a real thing. But they are true, and like so that's what I was thinking to myself, like what else is out there in the web? And I've actually found a couple that I'll share with you right now because I did find a
Wait,
couple that
well,
are kind of weird.
since you mentioned it, and now would be a good time to mention it, we won't see him out of place. Yeah, I had been wanting to watch, the WWE story times, and so, and I know this is terrible admitting this online, but one day at work when it was slow, I put it on in the background while I was doing some spreadsheets and was watching it, and all the stories are pretty funny, pretty entertaining and interesting until I got coaches. Have you watched that one where they're doing the tribute to the troops
No, I don't think I have.
about the Red Bull? I don't know why he would share that story. He comes off as such a sniveling little kiss ass. Like it's Jesus. I mean, he was telling that story, and it was funny because I was there with one of my coworkers who used to watch wrestling back in the day. So my affinity for talking about wrestling and just going on and on about it, I decided to put it on, and he was watching it with me. And it gets to Coach's story, and I think he was saying it was the first tribute to the troops when they were over in Afghanistan, and that before the show went on, Vince McMahon's in one of the hangars. He's going over, his notes and what he's going to say, and he looks frantic and like he's searching for something. So I just thought it was Coach's character, but apparently he's a kiss ass in real life, and he runs over and he's like, "Hey, boss, what's wrong? Is everything okay? What can I do?" And that Vince was like, "There's no Red Bull. I can't find any Red Bull here." And Coach is like, "Oh, don't worry about it, boss man. I'll find it for you. You worry about your speech. You have a lot going on. I'll go find it for you." And I was like, "Why the fuck would he share this story? Like, this is why would he tell it that way too? Where he's like, 'No, boss man, I got you. Don't worry about a thing.'" And sure enough, the whole story is going on about how he's running left and right and going all over looking for a Red Bull. And some soldier, like, I guess overheard what was going on and was like, oh, hey man, I got a Red Bull, because all the ones that were finding, they were empty. I mean, it's a military base. They need to be alert, they need to be awake, so they were
Yeah.
drinking their Red Bull. So a soldier overheard, and he was like, hey man, I heard what was going on, you can take him my Red Bull. And coach was like, you know what, man, that's so great of you, I'll make sure to tell Mr. McMahon it was from you. And I was like, God, coach, you're so stupid. Like, I don't know how else to say. You're an idiot. Like, and he talks about how he gets it and he goes hauling ass like full speed to go find McMahon, and he's sitting in this room still going over his notes, and that he's like surrounded by these soldiers that are going to come out and do the whole flag display,
Yeah.
and represent the different branches of the military. So there's every branch of the military around him. And coach is like, I had the Red Bull, and I thought to save him time and effort, to not waste time of him getting up and opening the Red Bull, I would take the can, hold it under him, and open it for him. That way he doesn't waste energy. All he has to do is drink from it.
Man,
And I was
so
like,
he's
what
practically
the
like a slave, man. What the hell?
yeah, I was like, what the fuck? Why would you share this? Like, if Vince made you do that, because he seems like the type that would like get off on a power trip and be like, look at the way they serve me. But the way coach is telling the story is like, he gets off on being all like, some below Vince like that and groveling to him. And he's like, anyways, the whole thing with the story was that he opened up the Red Bull, and I guess from his running it shook up and just sprayed all over him, and he was so pissed and told him to get out of there, and was yelling at him, and like coach was to the point of tears and just pissed me off. I was like, why in the hell would you share a story where you look like such a bitch, like where you're all over Vince's nuts like that?
Hey, man, that's the
That made me
coach.
so
I
hard.
mean, I don't know, man.
I thought it was
He's
just his
weird.
character that he was like that, and he shared the story about himself. I was like, are you married? Do you have kids? Why would you share this?
That's hilarious, man. But
Sorry to
no,
rant about it, but it just
no, you're right. It's fine. I love that. It's something that like kind of pisses you off, which like like that's actually kind of segues into like something that I found that kind of pissed me off. This is real, like real in the sense that people believe this. You're familiar with creepypasta, right? Obviously.
yeah.
Okay, well, I found a fucking wrestling themed creepypasta, and I shit you not, people in the comment section of it like believe it's true. Like, oh, I've heard about that. Like, yeah, I remember that, and it's fucking nuts. So, like, you're not gonna believe this, but I'm gonna tell you it anyway. It sounds so ridiculously far-fetched. The creepypasta is about the death of the first mankind, which fucking makes
What?
no sense.
What?
Yeah. Apparently, there's a creep. The story goes that oh shit. I got. I was about to get pinned, but the story goes that at a pay-per-view, like an in-your-house pay-per-view, Kane set on fire mankind and burned them to death, apparently. And like it showed like mankind's like fucking face bubbling and burning, and then like it fades to black, something like that. So because they cut the camera off, and it's a pay-per-view. The story goes that some guy found it in his basement or like the attic of like old wrestling things, because his uncle is like a wrestling fanatic, and like people believe that shit, like, oh yeah, I remember that, but I'm just like, this didn't fucking happen. Like,
Did anyone tell Noelle Foley that she doesn't exist because her dad died?
no. Apparently, it's another actor that's not Mick Foley, and that actor is dead, and now we have Mick Foley as mankind. Apparently, that's how it
That's just
happened.
retarded.
But like, I don't know, man. It's creepypasta. I mean, kids aren't.
But they
bright
couldn't
these
come
days.
up with a character where you don't see their face and their body that much. They couldn't do it to like the gobbledygook.
The gobbledygook? I guess not. I don't know who the fuck made this story, but like I just thought I read that and it was really hilarious. I was just like, how can this
I mean,
happen?
Props to the other guys that are trying to sell it and be like, I remember that, because they clearly don't.
Yeah, that didn't happen. I mean,
Fuck off, Sonic.
I could kind of see like how that happened because Mick has a bunch of personas, so I could kind of see how it would happen, but that didn't happen. It was just ridiculous. But that made me laugh. Like I was just like this. The internet is fucking filled with crazy stories, and
Now
like
I want to go find this website with wrestling creepypastas.
literally like it's on the creepypasta like main website, and that's the only one. I mean, if you want like a fucking, if you want like that's like the only creepypasta
Well,
for wrestling. Like,
I
if
was
you
say,
have,
well, now we have a new thing to do.
I'll just say, but if you want like fucking like read creepypastas about Doug and fucking Rugrats, fuck, there's a fuckload
Shit.
of them.
Fuck off me, Big Show. Sorry. Trying to kill Sonic over here.
Nah, man, leave the furry alone. But speaking of like bizarre stuff like that, I read another like fucking funny urban legend thing that apparently early on in Ghost's gimmick, like he wanted to take it over the edge a little bit more, and so apparently he was just like, how about I get breast implants? And then Vince is like, are you fucking crazy? No. Like,
I think I actually heard about that. Yeah, that he had to be talked down from getting breast implants.
So was that true? If you heard about it, like, where did you hear about this?
I heard something about that. I guess just reading on websites that that was like to the point where he was that dedicated to the character. I was like, I don't know.
Dude, could you imagine that, dude? That would have been terrible, man.
That would have been awesome because he could have been in the bra and panty matches.
Oh my god, how did that happen? I didn't even hear the pin. Well, Heath Slater.
I didn't even know Heath Slater was in this match. Yeah,
way to go! Did you know he still wrestles? By the way. Did
Yeah.
you know that? Okay, so I'll make sure.
But does Rhino still wrestle?
I don't know. Probably not. But no, like fucking But yeah, I heard about that. Like, Goldust wanted to get implants. I was like, God damn! Like, I know that you want to like show up your dad, but shit, I think that's like not the way to go, man.
No, that would have been great. Would have added to wrestling.
I don't know, man.
It could have been like Sable. He could have came out with the handprints over him. Would have been great.
That would have been. Okay, I'll give you that one. That would have been something. That would have been something. I could see that. And I'll just touch up on one more. Christy Hemme left WWE because she had an affair with Triple H, and Stephanie wasn't very happy with that. Which I believe could be true. That actually sounds very believable. Because Triple H is part of DX for the longest time. I know that they're actually like they were like that. They ruled the locker room, so I got to see Triple H abusing his power and sleeping around with someone other than Stephanie.
I mean, you hear about it all the time. Wrestlers cheating on their significant others. So yeah, I wouldn't.
Yeah, I mean, it's really
put it past, especially with Triple H, that footage of him at what was it, like a house show or something, where he was asking some fan to. I mean, she was willing and game, but he was telling her to lift up her shirt, and it was like, all right, I guess.
Was that a house show? I thought that was at an actual live event. That's what I thought.
Well, it could have been, yeah, because the cameras were a bit professional. But either way, I mean, if he's asking some chick to expose herself, I wouldn't put it past him that he's sleeping around.
Yeah, man, that's fucking nuts. Here, I'll do that.
When I was little, the lines of kayfabe and well, not kayfabe were blurred for me. So I always thought that the whole China and Triple H being good, I thought that was in story and it was real life. It wasn't until I was an adult that I found that out, and I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, man. Like I didn't know that too until like I saw that shit back in the day. I mean, well, then again, we were gullible as kids, man. We really were. It's so different now.
Yeah, I thought Kane and Undertaker were really brothers, and they're not apparently.
Yeah, that was believable, man, but not anymore. Like it's just the way that it goes, man, I guess. But yeah, like I think that's bullshit. I don't think Triple H cheated on Stephanie, because like once you're with Stephanie, you kind of have to be with her forever, and you don't want to fucking piss off Vince. So I'm pretty sure this is a bullshit, like not true story.
Well, also, I mean, I think they would be the type to keep things all hush hush. Because I know if Vince took it out on Triple H and it became some sort of public thing, they seem like one of those families that you watch, those true crime specials on, like, keep it in the family. We had to do whatever to keep it out of the headlines. And it's like, so you killed like 7 people to keep it out of the headlines? At least that's what I get from it.
No, that makes sense because, like, yeah, like I said, it's believable to a point, but at the end of the day, it's probably not true. I think Christy Hemme just couldn't hang with the other women in the division. Well, that's another thing too, man. Like, but the WWE talk room is so toxic, man. I don't know if you ever like thought about it, but back in the day, they fucking if they didn't like you, they would just kind of shun the shit out of you, man. Which is like,
yeah, I don't know how anybody made it back when Benoit and JBO were running that locker room.
Yeah, like for real, man. But like nowadays, like obviously it's changed. Like all of them are just gamers. I remember like Bret Hart's like yeah, man, all they do is play video games, and that's true, man. Like it's such a more better environment. But yeah, I just can't believe how it was back then. I can't imagine it. Which
back then there were more like jock, kind of we're doing this for a living type, bodybuilder guys. Where now the people that are in the locker room were wrestling fans. We're the nerdy video game playing, anime watching, wrestling obsessed people.
Anime watching, kind of like Glacier. Remember that guy?
Glacier was awesome, right? Glacier was me.
Actually, you know what? Let's talk about that for a bit, because that actually falls in line with our little urban legend thing that we had going on right now. Do you think that fucking suit was $500,000? I don't think that suit was $500,000. There's no fucking way.
No, there's no way it was $500,000. It was awesome, but no way it was $500,000.
Yeah, like
if that was $500,000 worth, they needed a refund. All I'm saying, right? Because I go back and watch it, and I'm like, "What was this from the first Mortal Kombat movie? Like, get out of here with this."
Yeah, man. Like I remember, who said that? Was it Chris? Didn't Chris Jericho say that? Like, he's the one that say that? I think
but Chris Jericho always claims all his clothes are super expensive, and it's like, I doubt it, Chris.
Yeah, I also heard his light-up jacket was like 10,000 or 100,000, some bullshit like that, which is like impossible. I can make that shit in like an hour. Not even an hour. Just give me 20 minutes of duct tape and fucking crystal size. I'll make that shit.
It won't look anywhere near as good as Chris Jericho.
No, it's gonna look spot on, man.
No, it's not, dude. I've seen what you do in 2 hours, so 20 minutes.
What the fuck is that supposed to mean? What have you seen me do in 2 hours, man?
We used to go to high school together, alright? We used to go to high school together, all I'm saying.
I'm a little offended, but no, it makes sense, man.
Glacier was such the badass, though. I mean, what used to piss me off was, damn it, I forgot, Alex Wright.
Alex Wright, dude, did you know he's still ripped? I heard that he's still ripped, man. And like he has
I didn't know what a big contribution he had to wrestling, but what pissed me off was when he would come out in his stupid chonies and leather jacket and dance around. It's like, I did that when I was like 7. This guy's doing it professionally. Get out of here.
What is it like? He has a wrestling school, doesn't he, Alex Wright?
Yeah, freaks me out when like they talk to a bunch of the wrestlers nowadays and they're like, "Oh yeah, I got trained by Alex Wright." I was like, the guy that dances in chonies, like what the?
Hey man, you gotta be more specific though. I'm glad you gotta like say Alex Wright, because you know who also trains a lot of NXT superstars nowadays? Norman Smiley, and that's another guy in chonies.
That is just mind-boggling. I hated Norman Smiley. When
I love Norman Smiley, man.
No, I hated him.
He was like. No, go ahead.
He was the Carmella before Carmella. He had this shrill shriek that would just drive me to murder. Where I was like, if I met this person and they shrieked like that in front of me, I would just kill them.
No, like I don't know what it is. I love Norman Smiley, man. Like he was like. I don't know, every time he come out, he's all smiling and fucking doing his little jive and little jiggle. I was just like, hell yeah, this guy's getting me pumped. I don't even know why.
He was fine until he yelled. That as soon as he like belted out when he was being attacked, that was it. I hated him. I was like, get out of here.
Dude, I would love to like go back in time and just like see that fucking Vince McMahon's office when he bought WCW. And then he's going through the whole roster, seeing what the fuck he's gonna do with everybody. Then he goes up to Norman Smiley, like, Norman Smiley, I know trainer, and just like done. Like the rest is history, dude. Like, just, he goes, who else became a
Uh,
trainer? Fucking what was it? Hugh Morris. You know, I forgot his real name. He became a fucking trainer, and like,
and then he also got fired.
he did get fired. Oh man, I love how we're just like going off because again it backs into like what we're talking about, the urban legends. You know, about him getting fired. Apparently, he would make them wrestle naked or some bullshit like that. And
Which I believe. Have you ever watched anything where that guy came out and it was like, nah, I wouldn't want to be alone with this guy. He just gives off that vibe.
yeah, because I remember like I totally believe this. It's totally believable because like he really was a bully. I remember watching Tough Enough, and he was like the main trainer, and dude, he fucking scared the shit out of me. I was just like, huh, you just gonna leave this fucking lunatic training these guys? None of these people are gonna wrestle after spending time with him. Like that's what I
Exactly. Also, I
thought.
don't know how nobody decked him. I was like, I would have lost a job just to hit that guy.
Yeah, man, and like, that's actually what got him fired because people were just like, enough with the bullying. Like, you know, like, he's like a really toxic person, and that's what got him fired. So I totally believe that, like, yeah, he would make wrestlers wrestle naked and just fucking, you know, just be a bully, man. So that's fucking nuts. But yeah,
Besides, we also got a better guy to lead, and that's Albert. Now Albert is the one that trains them all. Forget his
yeah,
real name.
yeah, yeah, I
Matt
forgot
something, right?
Matt Damon. I just said
No,
Matt
that's.
Damon. I said like
I
Matt.
wish.
I
I
literally.
wish he would train them.
It would have been great. I literally just said Matt Damon, and I was just like, wait a minute, Matt Damon.
Matt Bloom, that's his name.
There we go.
Way off.
No, because like, you know, B is basically a backwards D, so you know, almost got it.
Nah,
No.
just stop. This
Okay.
is why I said earlier you couldn't do it in 20 minutes. You know what I was thinking is they have trainers for their like physical trainers, people show them how to wrestle, people there to help them with their lifting, with their exercises, nutritionists. Do they have an acting coach there?
They have to have an acting coach. They have
Because
to.
I mean yeah, they have. I mean, because sometimes it seems like they don't with the way some of the people are. It's like I think that they should, especially with the way that wrestling's gone now, where they're like we're sports entertainment, and there's a lot more acting now. They really need to invest in a full-time acting coach, and then they need to go talk to Dean Ambrose.
What do you mean? He's a great actor, man.
I hate his face. I hate Dean Ambrose's reaction and his face and his constant mouth agape with his tongue sticking out.
Yeah, he does do that a lot. Well, you know, speaking of actors and stuff that isn't bullshit, not urban legend, Freddie Prinze Jr. worked for fucking WWE for a while as a writer. I mean, they could have like, hey,
Really?
yeah, did you know that? You not know that?
No, I didn't know that.
No, for
Did he do
real.
the whole hacky sack scene to get hired?
I fucking wish. Which, by the way, I'd like to point out, I brought that up to Amanda the other day. We watched Crazy Rich Asians yesterday, and I was just like, that was a good romantic comedy, but not She's All That Good. And she's all like, what's She's All That? And I was just like, go to your room. I know.
Isn't that your room?
Yeah, I know. But anyway,
You guys share the same room.
but yeah, like no,
That's
Freddie Prinze
Saturday.
Jr. was he's a huge fan of wrestling, and he was a writer for recently. I think it was like 2012 to 2014. He was a writer for WWE.
That's crazy. I think if I was a writer for WWE, I would find some way to write myself into every like backstage segment.
I think he did that for one segment. I think he wrote himself in for literally one segment. Like I think
You
like
know
he wrote,
what I love doing
huh?
is because how we're talking about celebrities and wrestling is whenever I watch live events, I look to like the first crowd, like the first, people that are sitting up front behind the announcers and right at ringside and stuff, because I found celebrities that like go to wrestling events and it freaks me out to see them there. Like, what's his name? I can't remember his name right now. The guitarist from System of a Down,
Darren
Darren.
Lincoln.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like when I saw him at one of the events, I was like, what the?
he's just hanging out. Like didn't it?
Yeah, and like what was funny is it was Charlotte that was by the ring and she was delivering some like promo and going off, and he was just sitting there like or standing there with a big ass smile on his face, like laughing. And another one was Tom Savini was sitting behind the announcers, and I was like, Tom Savini's here. Which, if you don't know him, for any of the listeners out there, you know him, makeup effect guru and an actor, came on from Dusk Till Dawn. Was the guy with the gun, the penis gun.
I didn't even know who that was until you just mentioned that scene.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was just
that's
like,
Tom
who is this
Savini.
guy? Dude, that's a
He
hell
does
of
a
an.
lot of special effects makeup. Yeah.
Oh man, that's crazy. Well, speaking of, like, wasn't Whale? Didn't Whale like fucking join the announce team on 205 Live this week? The rapper Whale? He did.
Oh, Wale.
Is it Wally? I've been saying Whale this
Yeah.
whole time, and no one's corrected
Way
me.
to go. You uncultured swine. Yeah, that's Wale. Dude, Wale's a big wrestling fan, though.
I know he's a
You didn't
big
know about
wrestling.
that?
Yeah, no, I've heard about his fest, but I was just like surprised that like, hey, you want to fucking join the announce team for 205 Live? Like, I'm
Oh, I
surprised
haven't
it
watched
took so
205
long.
this week.
Yeah, no, like I saw like Instagram posts where like he was like
That's
joining the
great.
announce team. Man, dude, I
Well, because I've
can't.
seen, like, I
Go
saw
ahead.
footage where he was backstage talking wrestling with guys, and, like, who's that one guy that has that stupid rating system where he's like, oh, it's 5 stars, but I'm going to give this 6 stars.
I
He was talking with him and other guys, and I was like, what?
Oh, you're talking about Dave Metzler?
Yeah,
We could do
that
a
rating system's stupid, by the
we
way.
could do a whole episode on Dave Metzler, which I think we should later on eventually, because like I don't know how I feel about him either.
Fuck off me, Seth Rollins.
But yeah, man, that's crazy, man. I can't believe I've been pronouncing his name wrong this entire time, and no one's corrected me.
I know. Probably nobody knew what you were talking about because it was like, who the hell's Whale? It's like, am I supposed to know who this guy is? Is this like some new singer that I don't know about?
I feel like a fucking idiot. You have no idea.
Sorry, I had to do it online to you, but I figured I better call this out before someone in the comments does.
It's fine. It's fine. But yeah, that's hilarious, man. That's pretty good shit.
Ah, now shit's gay. Not like this.
Yeah, this match is gonna be chaotic, basically. I don't know, man. The other thing I like to just point out next week is well, not next week, but next week for our little episode thing, we're probably gonna talk, more into All In. You ready for that? You ready for All In?
I don't even know how I would watch it. I don't know how it's gonna be. I've been
Yeah.
wanting to look into how to watch that because it seems like it's gonna be a pretty badass pay-per-view.
Yeah, exactly. I'm pretty excited about it, basically. But that's next week, basically. I'm just trying to
You know
fucking
what's
win.
pissing me off though is
What?
freaking New Japan with their stupid app.
They're
I
super. What?
I'd like to watch more wrestling, to get more cultured in all the various wrestling promotions that are out there. Trying to keep track of Ring of Honor. I try to watch, New Japan on AXS, but like I said, AXS. I was watching some of the most recent ones I recorded, and it says originally air date, and it's like March of this year, and I'm like, but we're in August. How the fuck am I supposed to know what's going on when you're showing me stuff from like March, and then the next one's from like January, and then the next one's from like August? It's like, what are you guys doing? And I don't know if you remember, but a little while ago I had texted you asking you if you had Amazon Fire Stick, I believe it was.
Yeah, yeah, yes. I thought that was weird. I was just like, do you want to like, watch movies illegally? Like, what's going on? Because that's
No,
what my
see,
coworkers do.
No, well, see, I have Amazon Prime and I have a Fire Stick, and I was reading that you can get New Japan World on the Fire Stick, so I was like, oh, badass, I'll let you know. But then I started reading reviews and watching videos on the app and everything that's on it, and I found out that the app is terrible.
Really?
That
That's
it's
disappointing.
it's horrendous. At least the Fire Stick, because right now the only thing that New Japan World works on is on a Chromecast or a computer. And so I was reading up on the Fire one because I was like, hey, I have a Fire Stick. I want to watch New Japan. I'll check it out. But oh my God, it's terrible. Like all the reviews that I saw were like 1, 2 stars, and I really think that New Japan, especially to compete with WWE, because they do, to me, they're the biggest rival that WWE has, really needs to get on that app game. needs to work on that and dedicate some money and some manpower to getting that up and running correctly.
No, definitely. But like then again, like no other company has enough money like WWE, man. Like like WWE have like
Well,
all these
the one that
resources and
can,
money.
well, the one that can, if they get it together, is New Japan.
Yeah,
And the
definitely.
reason that too is because I mean, like, I don't know, like I always wondered why people like were talking about New Japan because again, when I started getting back into wrestling, you start hearing all this talk and where they're bringing their talent from and where talent goes when they when WWE lets them go and it's New Japan and I watch it and I feel like, oh my God, you didn't change it, did you? Um, that WWE is wrestling for. I mean, I'm sorry to say
The
this and it might come
mainstream.
out
It's
bad, but
mainstream, dude.
yeah, it's for the casual fan and kids mainly, and like you said, for mainstream, whereas New Japan is for fans that want to see wrestling. They're adults that love wrestling that want to watch wrestling. And what sucks is I was reading on that whole New Japan World Fire app is that it gives you things out of order. It's hard to find stuff, and the worst one of all for me at least is that they were saying that you start watching a video either like of a taped event or a pay-per-view, and if you exit out on accident, like you get out of the episode, it doesn't save your spot.
Oh, that's fucking a deal
And
breaker, bro.
yeah, and I was like, that's like the main thing you need. Like you have to have that. If not, there's no point in getting your app. And and especially the main thing too with wrestling fans is a lot of us tend to be gamers, and especially when you look at like the younger to the older audiences, everybody has to at this point or usually has an Xbox or a PlayStation. I mean, you get the app on that, you get it working, that's it. There's your audience. It's easily accessible for everybody, and it's just been on my mind where it's like I've been saying to myself is as soon as they get something on the PS4, I'll get the app, and I had that kind of like awakening moment of like, well, not if it doesn't save my spot. There's no point in it.
Yeah, man, there's no point in that. But yeah, like I remember I heard about New Japan Wrestling like a long time ago because I remember when Brock Lesnar and like Kurt Angle had that WrestleMania match and it was not that great because of that big old botch. You know which botch I'm talking about, basically.
Yep.
Okay, well like apparently like I was just like and then they both left and then like I read like online that like oh Brock Lesnar and Kurt Angle will battle again in New Japan Wrestling, and I was just like what the fuck is New Japan Wrestling? I always thought that was like a boxing thing for like I just heard New Japan and I just thought like oh that's a boxing thing, that's what I thought, but then like no there's actually a wrestling thing over there too. I was like oh okay, and again I thought it was like those weird matches, those death matches. That's all I've heard about like prior to that, and then yeah, I heard that they had a great match over there, and I looked into it, and I was like, "This is fucking awesome."
Yeah, I mean they have great matches. It's really great wrestling over there. Just again, it sucks because it's not easily accessible. My laptop died, so it's not like I have a choice to get it and go on PC. So, but I figured, I mean, that again, you think it would be that if we get an app, put it on everything, and it's just weird that it's either PC or Chromecast. It's like, all right, guys, and now you're limiting yourself, right? But at the same time, would they even care for that? I mean, who doesn't love business, right?
Yeah, exactly. Um, I think Japan's great. I'm really anxious to see what's gonna happen next with them, but I remember like another thing in New Japan. Did you know that Shinsuke fought Brock in New Japan? Did you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I remember I heard about that, and I was just like, how? Like, was do you know if it was any good? Was it competitive? Because like I
I
was
don't know.
just
I was trying to look it up, but yeah. Well, I mean, Shinsuke is the king of strong style, and he had kind of a Finn thing going on where for certain matches, certain pay-per-views, he would paint himself up. And if I remember correctly, I think that's the one where he painted himself up all half demon. I forget what their word for demon is, but you know,
I
he
think
did that for over there.
fuck I actually do know the fucking name for demon. It's just not coming to me because I play a lot of Street Fighter. I think it's Oni. I think yeah, I think it's Oni. That means demon. But yeah, like I just can't see that happening, man. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I've been meaning to look up the match. Just I think I did find it once, and it was crappy. It was a crappy version of it, and I was like, "There's no point in watching it like this," so I gave up.
Amazing. Oh, we had a great match. All right, man. Well, let's just wrap this up, man. I guess like next week, we'll try to. Well, do you work? You work next week, right? Yeah, we'll figure it
Hmm.
out. We'll figure out when we can
Yeah,
do it because yeah, All In is September 1st. So hopefully next week we can get more into about New Japan, Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks, and Cody Rhodes. Mostly Rhodes and the Young Bucks because they're the ones that are organizing this whole thing. And I don't know, man. Any other closing remarks?
genuinely wish them the best. I hope that pay-per-view goes well. And again, I mean, we all benefit from competition in wrestling. It makes everybody strive for better. So I wish them all the best in that pay-per-view.
Excellent, excellent. Well, that's I'm just gonna agree with you on that. On that note, that's the end of our show. We will see everyone again next week, and I don't know. Y'all have a great day.
Catch y'all later, guys.